Jayla Rocker, we're here with another What's in the Box episode. And most of the time, for What's in the Box, what I like to do is show just random items, usually things that are outside the packaging that I find either at thrift stores or whatever. But in this case, I have an ongoing thing where I'm trying to talk about estate sales and why you shouldn't sleep on them as a collector or even if you're just a fan. And this, what you see before you, is one of those reasons. And I'm going to explain why. And in this case, this was an online auction. And I know that some people, including myself, might steer clear of that because you just think, okay, online, everyone can come in there and snatch something up. Well, right here is proof positive that this isn't the case because what you see here, which I think this is altogether 12 figures all in box. You know, some are a little bit has a little wear and tear on it, but all of this was $15 in a lot, and most of these are really clean. It looks like these, like maybe like three or four they threw in at the last moment, maybe because they had some wear and tear on it, and added to it. And you'll see what I mean, because we'll start with the first one up here. So this one is Star Trek: The Next Generation, and this is, as you can see, Sarek. And well, Ambassador Sarek. And this is cool. This was, I remember that episode, Sarek, and I thought that was a really good episode, seeing Picard interact with him, and it was like the prelude to unification and seeing Spock show up on The Next Generation. And so this one, I think that they probably added it to this line because I looked at the other lines that they had and they were all pristine, as you'll see some of these have. This one has water damage up here like that, though it doesn't look like it's spread to the figure itself. Let me get some extra light over here, not too much. So it doesn't look like it's spread to the figure, but you know, it has a little bit here. But for me, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be opening these anyway. I'm not the kind of person that needs to have everything inside the box, so I'll be opening these up. But you know, I always like Sarek, and you probably seen my other video. If you haven't, go check it out. There's another What's in the Box where I got a cool loose lot of a whole bunch of Star Trek figures from the 90s, and some of these here are filling that out. And I do like that this has like the sticker on it. So the next one after that is, let's go with right here. So this one's from Deep Space Nine, and this is Odo. Odo. I always liked the character. I know some people had issues like with the relationship between him and Kira, but I don't know. I liked him. I thought he was cool as a security chief. I thought it was a different take since he wasn't Starfleet. He's not Bajoran, even though he was there during the Bajoran occupation. But as you can see, this is another one where it's like dirty. It's a little bit more bent up, you know, rough shape a little bit on the box itself, but it's not like it's, you know, damaged or messes with anything inside. And I just gotta say, I mean, again, remember, all of this that you're seeing today, I paid $15 for on an online auction. And I love the stuff that it comes with. Look, like it comes with like a little bucket where he regenerates, and I like the fact that for me, I like the accessories and the fact that it has the specific type of tricorder and scanners and a little computer that you would find on DS9. You know, you're not going to see that with, you know, a normal Starfleet officer. It's going to be the Starfleet accessories. So I just like that I have that, and I think all of these come with a stand as well. Yeah, you can see it comes with the stand, and it has, you know, the bucket, the scanner, and all that gear. So that's really sweet. So next up from that is from Voyager, and I mean, Tuvok, man, come on, man. Tim Russ, I mean, that's my man right there. Tuvok is awesome. I love the way he played the character. I love that he showed up in the final season of Picard. Again, this one, you know, dirty. You can see a little bit of rough around the edges, but again, the figure itself is sweet. It's clean. There's no problem with it. Little accessories inside. It's kind of weird that it's blue like that, but you know, no big deal. So you can see, comes with the phaser, has the bigger phaser since he's a security officer, the tricorder, stuff like that, and the little stand. So that's really nice. overall. And this one does not have a store sticker. And then this is kind of like the last of what I would say separates from the rest of the lot, because you'll see in a moment. So this is Lieutenant Barkley, Dwight Schultz. I loved him, of course, in the A-Team as Howlin' Mad Murdoch, and to see him here, I thought he had a really good role. I don't think they overused him. The way they used him, including in the movie and in Voyager, I thought it was just enough, and I thought it was cool. It's kind of interesting in this case where his accessories are green. Again, a little bit of wear and tear, but this is kind of like less wear and tear, less dirty than the other ones. And you can see that what it comes with: engineering tool, anti-gravity pallet, fencing foil. Oh, that's cool. And then the cryo container. So as I said, what I really like about these, and another reason why I end up opening this stuff, is because it allows me to have all these accessories that I can play around with, and that's just something you don't get if it stays in the package. I totally understand collectors that keep things in the package, so I'm not hating on you, but it's just an explanation of why I like to have this out here. So before we go on, and you'll see now that the rest of these are kind of uniform and how they look. So let me just talk about this auction. So there's online auctions, and what I do is I try to find an online auction where they have a pickup option in my area. And you can find places that they'll have all types of auctions from all over the world, but then you'll be able to select one near you, and then you can choose to have it shipped to you, or you can choose to have it picked. You could go and pick it up. So in this case, this is one where I could pick it up locally once I won the bid online. So that made me feel better, because sometimes when you have shipping, you have to pay you have to buy a certain dollar amount, where you don't if you pick it up. And then of course there's shipping fees and all that. So that was just one of the things that I would say that if you're interested in trying to find different toys, and especially if you don't have as much mobility to go out, this could be good, because they'll hold it for a little while, not too long, but if you win a couple of bids, if it's within a week or so, you can make it where you can just go pick everything up at that one time, and then you're able to get all your items without having to pay higher shipping fees or minimum requirements. So you can see here, so this one's Star Trek. So a lot of these, I know the characters, but I haven't watched the original series in a long time, so I don't remember a ton. I mean, I know that Harry Mudd made a reappearance in Discovery. So I thought that's cool. And I was thinking that maybe one of the reasons why this line I ended up winning it for $15 was because some of the characters aren't as super well known. But I just think it's these characters that are harder to find. So for me, that was the thinking. I always see Geordies and Rikers and Picards and Beverly Crushers and Geordies. But Harry Mudd, I've never seen Harry Mudd just out, and yeah, I haven't been collecting for a long time, but I haven't seen that character yet. So to just have that character is just cool, just to add to the universe of Star Trek that I'm collecting. And you can see that it comes with Starfleet communicator, but then it comes with other accessories that he has, which I just think is sweet. Because like I said, I really like accessories. All right, so moving on. Then now this one, I admit, I don't remember her. Ilia Probe. I don't remember this episode. So shame on me for that. If there's a Star Trek fan out there that really knows this stuff, hey, feel free to leave in the comments about this character. I do love the accessories that she comes with. Looks really cool. I mean, that outfit's really short, but then again, this was like the 60s, right? So they did that. They played up the sex appeal and stuff like that. As you can see, this is much more minty than the other versions. So I think that this was the prime lot that they started out with, and then they were like, oh, we have these few other ones that are kind of dirty and dusty, let's throw it in. But as you can see, like, this is really clean. Whoever had this probably kept this, in a bin or somewhere where it is kept really well. And again, I'm gonna keep repeating, I paid $15 for all of this, not each, all of it. So that's pretty sweet. And this one, the Mugatu, very cool. Kind of reminds me of that ice monster from Jedi. Well, it wasn't in Return of the Jedi. It had been in A New Hope. But it's cool. And again, cool little accessories. I mean, everyone, even he gets these accessories. I gotta see. I guess that's a slug. I also gotta say I love the KB Toy sticker. I mean, look at that, 3 for $10. I paid less than the KB sticker. I mean, that make as percent off collector, that makes me feel good. Oh, I didn't even notice the gun. So it has the gun. It has so roots. Oh, so this is a root. So he eats it. He has a phaser and then he has a drum. So I guess that's his. I didn't see the gun. I guess the gun's like in the back there or something. Again, I don't remember the Mugatu either. So maybe this should be a good thing. I should go back and watch these episodes and see what's up. And then here's another one, Swarm Alien. This one I think I do remember, but I'm trying to think what episode it was from. But again, these more obscure figures, which you wouldn't think it would get a figure, I like it. And again, minty box, all that, little less as far as the accessories it comes with. But so this is from so this was from Voyager. Yeah, I watched Voyager recently, but man, I don't remember the Swarm Aliens now. But hey, if someone remembers, let me know. But again, very cool. I like the purple weapons. It's interesting that when you put all these different weapons together, you basically have a cornucopia of colors, which is pretty sweet. So here, this was interesting. Captain Kirk, but in an alternate environmental suit. And here, black weapons, knife and a phaser. I like how they include, you've seen with the other ones that has the card. And again, another minty looking box. Very little wear and tear on it. You can see back here, the stand. It has a tricorder, phaser, and what's that? Desktop monitor. Okay. And I like how it tells you about it. It tells you other parts of the line that you can get. Very sweet. So, as I was saying, as far as these type of online auctions, so there were a bunch of lots. I think there were maybe 6 or 7 Star Trek related lots, including some that had like larger vehicles and bigger accessories in it. And there were definitely people bidding on those. Like there were some that had jumped up to like $60, $70, especially some of the vehicles, because the vehicle boxes were just as minty and just as clean. And there was this one guy who I think his handle was like Picard something and like a number or something. And he was bidding on all of that. And I literally was just looking for any scraps. And that's when I saw this lot. And this lot was still at $5. And I think that was the original bid. And then I just put in, I think, $10 just because I was like, okay, for like 12 figures, it's like, or 12 or 13 figures, it was like, hell yeah. So I was willing to go up probably into the 20s or more just to see what happens. And I put in my bid, and the next thing you know, there was like, towards the end of the day, I think one other person, it wasn't that Picard guy, I think bid like 11, and then I bid 15, and I was like, well, let's just see what happens. And I really thought what they were going to try to do is try to snipe me like on eBay. But the cool thing about this site was they don't allow sniping. Basically what happens is if you add in a bid, it adds another 30 minutes. So it gives you time to see that someone else outbid you, and you're able to go back and put in a bid. So I went back, I went up to 15, and I was ready to go to battle, and next thing you know, the person did not add another bid to that. So I got the whole lot for $15, and then I think there was just a little bit of tax, and I went and picked it up, and here we have. So we have this cool Andorian one. I just love the pink on it. I mean, when I saw that, and like I said, any type of accessory where it's larger or something like this, I love that, especially when I'm playing around with pictures. You can see my pictures on Percent Off Collector on Instagram. So when I saw this made me it was really sweet. It made me feel really happy. I also like that, you could see in some of the other pictures with that other boxes that it shows you kind of what it is based on the ship. So even though it just says Star Trek at the top, it'll show you kind of based on the ship of which it was. So that's why that other Swarm Alien had the Voyager ship in the front of it. So you can see it has the little modified neural treatment device. It has the stand, and then it has the little pinkware, which I just think that's sweet. So awesome. Again, minty box, very little wear and tear, very awesome. Um, and then here we have Tom Paris mutated. So this from Voyager. I kind of like this one here, how it's cool. Some of these others have said on the top where it comes from. So from the episode Threshold. So that's really cool. Um, Tells you. So I didn't realize that that was Skybox. If people who collect baseball or sports cards will recognize Skybox is one of those places that provide that. But again, this is one of those things where it's like it would be stranger, where it's like, wait a minute, was I really hunting for a Tom Paris mutated figure? Maybe not. But again, if you're trying to collect, if you're trying to complete a collection, or you're just a fan, it's awesome because now this is a character that, again, this character I've not seen out in the wild, loose or otherwise. So it's pretty cool. And I haven't priced any of these on eBay or anything like that. As I said, these are for me, so I'm not really that concerned. But I'm sure that if I wanted to, especially sealed, I could have sold these for more. But as I said, Star Trek stuff is going to be for my own collection because I really like this, and I've already have a nice loose collection. So adding this to it is just going to make me even more happy. And then we have, again, this is again one of those characters where it's like you may not have thought to ask for it, but when you have it, then it's cool. So this is from All Good Things, which is the last of the series finale of TNG, and it's basically in the future. Spoiler alert. And you find out that in that future, Data is a professor, and this is like his professor outfit. So I think that's cool. And it has like the little tea set, because basically in that episode, Picard goes to see Data, and then he serves him tea. So it makes sense that it comes with, and he had kind of like that almost English, old school Victorian looking, professor's house. So it makes sense that these, accessories come with it. And of course, you have the blurb about him in that time period and stuff like that. And I have to say, I didn't really have a problem with it. Some people did because it was kind of one of those. It was a Q episode too, and it's like I love Q, but some people don't like when things get kind of undid at the end. But I don't know. I enjoy it. So, last but not least, Lita, the Dabo girl from Deep Space Nine. I think that this is awesome. If nothing else, because I just love the fact that it comes with Latinum. So I guess it's bar and brick. I'm pretty sure bar and brick because slip I think is much smaller than that. And the Dabo wheel. And I love how it has the Defiant on the cover. That's sweet. I always thought Lita was cool. I mean, yes, in the beginning they played, I'm sure that a lot of the intention was more of a sex symbol. I mean, even in this picture, it's like showing off cleavage and stuff like that. But her character, yeah, she kind of played kind of almost like, the dumb girl. But as it evolved, her character actually had more to it. Of course, it wasn't as deep as maybe some of the other characters. But they didn't leave her as just like, oh, I'm just pretty face Dabo girl. They actually gave her a story and her relationship with Rom and stuff like that. So, I mean, I appreciate it. And you can see right here, it tells you what... Oh, okay, so right. So it says bars. So it's like 2 bars, but this looks like a brick. A brick of Latinum. So... Oh, yeah, okay, so yeah. So it says bars. So I guess it's supposed to just be 2 bars, but, I mean, that's a difference in size, right? I'm not blind, am I? But, okay. So, as I said, so you see... That's why I wanted to show this off, not just because I'm happy to have this and add this to my collection, but I just want to tell you, people out there who might be hesitant about going on online auctions, that you can find things. And I'm not going to say it's going to be every time. I've been doing online auctions only maybe a month or 2 months, and I've already gotten like 3 or 4 good wins of things. Now, of course, I've been outbid many times as well. But honestly, I'm only looking at maybe 2 or 3 a week, and sometimes not even that, because some of the auctions don't have any toys or things that I want. So I would say that my win ratio is still really good. So anyone out there who's just worried about not being able to get a good price because anyone can go and bid online, just give it a shot. I mean, the worst that can happen is someone outbids you, but you might walk away with basically $1 per sealed 1990 Star Trek figures like I did. So if you do like these videos and me rambling on and geeking out over this stuff, please consider giving me a like and a sub and all that good stuff. And I want to hear comments about what you think about this lot, about auctions, online auctions in particular, things like that, because I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the community, and that's what we're trying to build. We just reached over 300 subs, so thank you so much for that. I'm also trying to work on putting together like giveaways, but of course I want to build the community and see, what kind of people comment and come around, and let me know who you are so that I can put together a contest and a giveaway and give away stuff maybe for our next milestone. But until next time, thanks for geeking out with me, and remember my motto, and I certainly hit it this time: no discount, no deal. Catch you next time.